Alright, we'll measure the voltage on that. You said you measured it?
No, I wasn't able to. These cap things are for high voltage, so they should handle anything that this had in it.
Were you down to the copper when you connected it?
Yep.
Because there's a little red sheath in there. And
yeah, I burned that off and then I shined it down.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I put it in there and I crimped them. So.
Yeah, that's it. This is a tough connection to make. I've done some. I get luck about 50% of the time when I try and bind onto those wires. I try and avoid it if I can, so we'll see what happens. But if you're measuring voltage off of it, it should be fine. But then once you connect it in,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
okay. Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
No, I thought maybe it was that the circuit board inside there.
It still could be the circuit board, yeah.
So is this like a side thing you do?
Pretty much.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep. Service calls. I still use water heaters. I sell parts, obviously. Like somebody like yourself, you're like, hey, I need a valve. I need a thermopile. I need whatever I'm looking for.
I should have taken the thermopile from you. This is brand new, so
I'm with you, man.
I rebuilt this thing so many times.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you for sure. Okay, so this connector came out when I tried to pull the wire.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, this one just came out too. Like I said, I've only had success about 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I just stopped doing it because I was wasting so much time, like working on the wire and stripping it back. And then it would break on me, and I'd have to strip it back even further, and it was just like.
I thought about maybe soldering it on, but then the other one that came with was like busted out.
Yeah, it seems like it would be easy. I had some success early on, and then I just kind of abandoned it.
Okay.
You saw it?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it is.
That's 3. What does that mean? You okay?
Oh, it's 4.
Oh shit.
That's 2.
Look at the thermopile, it's new.
Now it's nothing. Yeah, well, we can either try and work with this one, or we can put a different one on. It's up to you.
Whatever works best. If it's covered, do what you think you need to do to get it.
Yeah, I mean,
operational correctly.
it'd be nice to use a new thermopile because you got lots of voltage.
So you think it's the plate then?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go with the suspicion that it's the circuit board.
Yeah.
For now, and take that out of there. All right, so doing a service call. A water heater. It's not as loose as it can get. All right, so I switched that out. So that's the original one. First thing I did was mix them up, right? What happened to your original thermopile?
I think I got it inside.
Oh. Did it have low voltage or something? Is that why you...
I couldn't tell. It's just, it was burnt pretty bad, and for all I know, it worked fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the first thing you want to do is measure the voltage on it. And then sometimes the wiring harness, that little black wiring harness, even though you measure the voltage, it says that voltage is fine. this valve never comes up, I put a different valve cover on it. If that one doesn't come up, and I have a little voltage right here that I can
tester?
use to test the that I can use to test the valve.
I saw some guy had it. Did you make that, or where did you get that?
Yeah, I made it. It's just two.
Like a battery or something?
Yeah, it's two AAA batteries, which is 3 volts, with a resistor inside that knocks that more than in half. Oh, okay. Yeah, it knocks it down. All right, so we're getting 7 flashes, but that's no big deal. The valve is like the aluminum body that's underneath. That's underneath the circuit board.
Oh, that's the new one, right?
The circuit board's, well, it's not new, it's used, but the circuit board is different. Let me try something out. Well, let me grab a different circuit board and grab a valve and just verify that the valve is bad and start kind of making a process of elimination.
So the valve is where the gas comes through, or?
Yeah, this is the valve right here.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's the aluminum valve. Let me take that one. You're just guessing, you know, eventually you get it, but sometimes you end up with some other new problem from that part. So it's 12. Yeah, it should be fine. So if it's between 11 and 13, and you're showing 12 on both sides, it should be fine. Doesn't mean it is. This is just one way to test that valve, but it's not like it's always rock solid. Oh, it's 12, so it's perfect. Sometimes it's 12 and it's bad. Sometimes it says 23 on there or something, and it's you know. So it's just something to look at and measure. If you see it way out of range, then you know for sure. Just kind of gives you a direction to go in.
Yeah. Where do you get all these parts?
Just off of water heaters that I've been collecting for like the last 4 years, you know. So I save all the parts. If the water heaters have a leak, and then I get parts from like scrappers and stuff. Like I know guys that scrap water heaters, and I'll say, hey, save all the valves, and I'll come buy the valves.
The Honeywell is subpar in water heaters. People have a lot of issues with them.
Well, they do have issues with them. I mean, the valves are, I don't know if they're subpar, because there's so many of them out in the world. Yeah. You'd have to know ones that are, you know, the quantity that are functioning versus the quantity that aren't functioning. Right? If there's 10 million water heaters and 50,000 valves are bad, then there's 900 and, right? There's all those other valves that aren't. So they are a little bit buggy. I think they're a little bit buggy. They're great for me because I get paid to come out and fix them. So I'm partial to them. But I have had people say, get this thing off my water heater and come and just put like a mechanical type on, you know, convert it over. We've done that before. So. It's flashing 4 times, which is a high temperature shutdown. I just keep grabbing bad boards. That's a really hard code to get rid of. It's really difficult. Sometimes you can clear the codes out. If you can get the valve to fire up, you can clear the codes out. But this valve doesn't want to fire up.
So
I'll just grab another.
It won't ignite the burner?
Correct. Yeah, it won't ignite the burner.
And we're sure this one's not operational?
We tried to light it, and it wasn't.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we can try it again. Yeah. I mean, when I first got here, that's what I tried to do, was light it. I mean, it could have been a bad...
well, I thought maybe it was the pile connector wasn't operating.
We can try it again. Yeah, we can try it again.
Could you change that? Maybe a better setup there.
Yeah, we know, it looks like we're going to be able to use your thermopile, which is good because it's new.
Yeah.
It's just either I just keep grabbing bad boards out of my truck. I did test it, and it gave me a 4 flash before I even installed it, so I kind of knew it was bad. So we're just troubleshooting this water heater. I'm going through some circuit boards. I just happen to keep grabbing bad ones out of my vehicle. We're gonna try the original one. I'm putting your original one back on.
Hey, the clippers, they might be.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm okay. It seems whatever I'm doing seems to be getting the electricity to go through, okay. So I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
If I change anything. Really, they're already separated by a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
So just kind of shoving them in there. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a different one.
Yeah. It's good. You got a lot of them.
That's why I got a whole truckload of them. Okay, sometimes the first one you grab is good, and sometimes it's the third one. I'm on my third circuit board. Service call in Oklahoma. Feeling good about this?
I hope so. I'm glad you got a truckload.
Exactly, right?
Oh, you wanted the gray one. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the most trouble-free of all the colors of circuit board.
As long as they're interchangeable, that's very convenient.
They really are. Yeah, they are interchangeable. I've had a lot of people give me a hard time about that. You know, I need model number 1002A, and I'm like, all it does is open and close a valve. Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't want it works.
Probably don't want that number because that number's a buggy batch of valves. You know. It's getting harder and harder to put those crimped ends inside there.
The whole box of them if you want some more.
Yeah, I don't know why they were fitting really good. Now they're not fitting.
Got the click.
Yeah, you got a good ear. You know the click. Yeah, this one's flashing normal.
Still burning?
Yeah, still burning.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I heard that. It's the pan.
You heard the magic sound. Oh yeah, you had a bad circuit board. I grabbed my first bad circuit board. I chased that up with a code 4 board, which is like the worst code you can possibly get. They're almost impossible to clear out. And then now we got this one. Usually I keep a little felt pen with me and I'll write down what's wrong with it inside so I don't grab it again and do like what I just did with you. So we got it. We got it to work. We just went through a series of bad circuit boards. And our wiring is holding here. So I think you're probably going to be okay with that. The way it is now.
Should I try and find some better
It's up to you. If I mean, it's working. As long as nothing really runs into it or bumps it. But it seems to be allowing the voltage to go through. You know, maybe in a couple days if it starts shutting down for no reason. I don't think they're very loose. I kind of pushed everything in there pretty tightly. I mean, it's not pretty, but it's working.
Now that air where the wires are going through is going to be...
That's fine right here.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about that.
Okay.
I mean, the age of the water heater and how many times it's been worked over. Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's, you know, this thing might have all these 2015s are failing all over the city right now because they're at that, you know, water heater lasts maybe 6-7 years. And you're pushing 9. You're pushing 9. Yeah, they don't make them to go that far anymore. So yeah, unless you drain it once a year and change the anode rod and everything. There's a aluminum anode rod. Unless you do all that.
About 3 years ago, I dumped everything out, pulled all that hard water.
Did you change the anode rod?
No, I didn't pull that out.
Yeah, that's like the number one. If you do anything to it, make sure you change the anode rod. That'll cause it to last longer. Getting the sediment out helps. But the anode rod's what keeps the tank going. So.